Was it easier to buy a home in 1982 with an interest rate of 19.25% or to buy a home today with an average interest of about 4.5%?
Are you proposing that to me as a question?
I'm proposing you as a question.
With doing, no math on paper, and it does is it the total cost to own over 25 years?
I know we'll just simply base it on per month mortgage payments.
Oh, on per month mortgage payment. Oh gosh, I'm gonna go with what was the year?
1982.
I'm going to say that.
True. Okay. That's fair. The mortgage guy on TikTok, he follows us. Awesome guy.
He's wildly helpful as well.
I think he did some really good videos.
Yeah.
He did a whole breakdown. And he went pretty deep into it. He took out the average household income of 1982, the average home price, the interest rate, and the average down payment.
Right.
And so in 1982, the average household income was $34,000. The average home price was $75,000, which is
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, that was a national average at the time. Compare that to 2023. The average household income is $92,764. The average home price is $717,000.
That jump though.
I know, isn't that crazy? That's what, 40 years? 40 years, yeah. Interest rate is 5.44. Kind of crazy. And then he did he kind of worked it out, and it looks like it's actually cheaper to still buy a house in 1982 with 20% down by, I think he said it was something like $500 a month. Oh, sorry, no, it was $1,000 a month is the difference.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And that's both with a 20% down payment for both situations.
$700,000 is a ton of money. Sometimes I lose the picture of how much money that really is. So it's 20% interest, let's say, on that $84,000 home or whatever it was, is not an outrageous amount of interest when you look at it. But then you're talking about on almost $1 million. That's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I wish I'm so mad I didn't actually write down his final figures of what the monthly payments were and stuff. But it was interesting kind of thing. It was something along the lines of the average monthly payments around $2,000 a month.
Right.
Ish. And then back, 82 with those same figures, you're looking at closer at $900, $850 a month.
A month. Imagine your housing cost be under $1,000 a month.
That would be nice, eh?
Whatever. I saw TikTok today of a mobile home for sale in Calgary. And when I say it's they're much nicer than when you say when a mobile home. It's they're called manufactured homes, I guess would be the better name, because it was really gorgeous.
Right.
But you don't own the land that it's on. You only own the dwelling, and they don't gain value the way a traditional home does. And it was $175,000 for a 3-bedroom. I was like, whoa, those used to be $70,000.
They did.
And you don't own the land that it's on. So you have to lease the land. And on top of your mortgage payment, you have to lease the land.
Right.
Jeez.
Leasing it.
I know.
It was the funny thing too is I brought this up with my parents and we're chatting about it. And my mom was like, in 1982 is an interesting year to pull out. And I was like, that was the year where it peaked, the interest rates peaked. At a really tough time. Take a while, guess who was in power? Trudeau Sr.
Was he really?
He was.
That's super interesting.
Yeah. Trudeau's really good at
learn from the best.
Just really screwing over the Canadian people, aren't they? Good for them.
Yeah, I have conversations my dad will talk about, and my grandmother always would talk about interest rates during those times. And to me, hearing that 18% is crazy. But that was the reality for years in Canada.
Mm-hmm. It was actually kind of bonkers how that.
These are unprecedentedly low rates right now.
Which is kind of puts it in perspective because it feels like a lot, but it's only because the prices are so crazy now. It still blows me away that in 2004, I wouldn't say the heat of Toronto, but you're right on the subway line. My parents bought a nice 3-bedroom home for $400,000.
That's crazy.
That's crazy even for here in Halifax. That's crazy.
Yeah, for example, if there was a home right on Barrington Street on the peninsula, in downtown on Barrington or Yonge Avenue.
Yeah.
Those are $1 million homes. And our Yonge Avenue is the closest thing we've got to Bridle Path. And so those homes are tens of millions of dollars. There's castles on that road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for this neighborhood that I was in, the equivalent, I would say, to Halifax neighborhood would be the neighborhood that's kind of up and behind Dalhousie.
Oh, I get it. So South End-ish area.
Yeah, South End is, it kind of, but further
into
away
the West End.
Yeah.
Toward
closer.
Oxford and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's about that equivalent.
Yeah.
And so you see how much those houses are now.
Easy, $1 million minimum.
Yeah. You're not
for anything sizable.
Mm-hmm. So gives you an idea.
Even condo units that are outdated, small, studios are $350,000 for less than 1,000 square feet.
God bless.
Condo fees, parking, all this crap on top of your mortgage. It's insane.
And it only keeps getting better, says CIBC. Let's go.